Welcome to this podcast, Relight Your Fire. I'm your host, Anita Goll, and I'm here to share with you some phenomenal stories of leadership, life skills, and careers. I want to take you on an awesome adventure, rediscovering yourself and reigniting that inner spark inside yourself. Thank you. Enjoy the show. I'm really excited today on this show. I have Mirela Sula, who is the CEO and founder of Global Woman. And it's incredible that she's found time in her busy schedule to join us. She is an entrepreneur. She is a hugely inspirational woman who has just led on the Global Summit in June. Welcome to the show, Mirela, and thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you, Anita, for having me. You know, I'm a big fan of your podcast, and it's so great to be here in your new studio.
Thank you. And there's so much to speak about, Mirela. I mean, I know, and I must congratulate you, firstly, on your extremely successful Global Women Summit that you had in just a few weeks back, where we had hundreds and hundreds of women come together for the weekend, for the few days, to engage in some incredibly empowering conversations. And the speakers you had, well, what can I say? You had Shefali, Dr. Shefali there, which was a real insight into our divine power as feminine. So, yeah, please share more about how that went for you.
Well, we have been doing the Global Women Summit since 2015. And that was the time that we met, Anita, if you remember.
The
that
very
was
first one.
Yes. And it has been such a journey. And it's not just about following your purpose and following your mission to give back to people something that you're so passionate, but you also get back so much. I mean, I feel so rewarded. I must say, many times I've found myself like, oh my God, I'm exhausted. I hope I don't burn out before I finish this. And then you get the fuel because you're so excited about it. You just need one phone call or one message saying, I'm so excited. I booked my flight. I'm coming to London. And I said, you have no choice, lady. You have to keep going because these people are traveling from all over the world. They have booked their flights, their accommodation, they have made their plans, they have prepared their presentations, they're sharing in social media. They're so happy to come and give their expertise and wisdom and share everything they have learned to this amazing community. And there is no way back. So, you know, sometimes you put yourself into something bigger than yourself and you realize that there is no way back. Mm-hmm. You have to just keep going. And since 2015, this is the journey where I am in, and it's very, very rewarding, I must say. Now, of course, it's only less than 2 weeks after the summit, and still I find myself feeling, am I done? After each summit, I feel like I need a break. And then 2 days later, I start planning for the next one. It's an addiction. It's an addiction of love and investment in people, investment in your future. It's an addiction of purpose and giving back, an addiction on good, an addiction on seeing the contribution and the significance and the meaning that we get by coming together. And of course, it's always, for me, is like about people. It's about finding the right environment. It's about uplifting each other. And that's life. So it was amazing. We had over 4 days, we had over 500 people. And Dr. Shefali was the highlight. Everybody just loved her. It was like you could see when she was on stage, there was silence. Absolute silence, and people were like captivated by her wisdom and beauty. But not only her, I must say, you know, Veronica Tan, she is the queen of events. She's number one in the world. She's been my mentor. She's been my guide. I learn from what she does all the time. And every time I was looking for Veronica, where's Veronica? She was in the room. I said, Veronica, can you come because people are asking you for a picture? I said, please leave me here because I'm learning. I said, what do you mean learning? You have been running these, you have made people uh, build a brand and build the content, and you are the queen of wisdom. So what do you mean? You want to stay here all day? She said,
That's good.
my God, these speakers are incredible. I remember when Avnish was speaking, she was just sitting there and keeping notes, and she was excited. So that for me was a big sign. If Veronica Tan comes to me and says, where have you found these speakers? This is great content. This is thousands of pounds of value. For me, that was the best highlight of the summit, because every single speaker who went onto that stage was carefully selected,
Yes.
was brought with a purpose, was brought with an intention, and they gave the max. They gave 100%. They gave full content, and they shared everything. And I'm so grateful to every one of them.
Oh, thank you for sharing that, Mirela. And I wish you the very best in planning for your next one next year. When are you looking at doing that?
Well, now we have the same date, 28,
Same date? Good. So if you're
30th
listening,
of June
book
next
your
year.
places, look up Global Woman on the website, and you can book your place nice and early. And I'm sure there's some great offers. I have two questions I want to ask you. Firstly, about branding. From 2015 and to where you are now, how you developed your brand and grown your brand and scaled, becoming global, truly becoming from migrant woman to global woman. And the other question I'm interested in finding out more about is your Investors Club, which is quite a new venture that you started with your partner Ian, I believe.
Yes, that's true. And I'm very excited about that. I have that shiny syndrome. I always love to explore new things. And that has been my forever problem. And that is what I see all the time. Women have money hats. We want to do everything. We want to jump from one thing to another. But when I learned how to focus and concentrate, I realized that this is where the power is. And sometimes it's really hard, because you come with an idea and you feel like, oh my God, this is great. But then you remind yourself, hello, you already are focused on this journey that you started years ago. And for me, success is about starting something and completing it, and stay loyal to it, not cheat to your journey, not cheat to your mission. And if there is something that comes to support that journey that you are in, then absolutely welcome. But you can't abandon something because it's tough, because it's hard. And I'm telling you, entrepreneurship journey is hard. And that's the reason many people, when they start at the beginning, they feel excited. Yes, I can change the world. This is how we start, because we feel like this is amazing. It's a honeymoon, when you start a relationship. It's all fluffy, beautiful. That's the relationship with your business. Then on the journey, you realize that there is some tough communication. There is some work you have to do. It's not like you put it out there and it's going to work itself. You have to work with it. And sometimes you have to fall into dark moments, into difficult situations, into complication environments or difficult people, and you have to learn how to become that leader that you grow your ability to deal with these issues and challenges that you go through. And sometimes, I must say, we don't find ourselves prepared. I have found myself unprepared many times. And I would go and say, oh my God, what do I do now? But for me, what is important. Once you start something, there is no way back. I mean, whatever it takes. It doesn't matter whose fault is. If people cheated on you or betrayed on you or sabotaged you or made bad things, or you maybe screwed it up, or maybe you did a mistake, or whatever, maybe it's luck or whatever factors come into the journey, you can't just wake up and say, it's not my fault. It is your fault. I mean, it's your responsibility.
Well, it's your brand that you've created. Like you said, being loyal to your brand and what you've created, and to sustain it and stay with it and go through the highs and lows. And you've clearly shown that in so many different examples and ways. And also the Investors Club. So how did you bring this new aspect to your brand?
So this is where I was coming from now. So my mission is to support women. Of course, on the way of this 10 years journey, I've learned a lot about money, business, investment, everything else that is part of the business itself. But that doesn't mean that I should just quit what I have started and jump into the new shiny syndrome that it's more glory. And it's so important that you stay loyal to that purpose that was first time that gave you that incentive and that flashback idea to start. And that came very natural. And I didn't take that decision until it felt really aligned and in harmony with what I am doing already. So the way the whole model of the Global Women Club membership is aligned now is so organically growing because first we started with just giving women a platform where they can build their confidence. And by building your confidence, you feel good about yourself and you build your confidence about your product and services. Women feel that they are not good enough. We all the time underestimate ourselves, undervalue ourselves. Most of the time, we are very scared to put a price on what we do. We just want to give for free. We want to change the world, but we don't have the money. So that is a journey that we have been all together growing towards on building something that can serve not only us, but also the next generation. But if you're starting a business and if you are learning how to share and provide opportunities for other people, then you need resources, you need funding, you need a budget. And if you don't have that budget, you're going to burn out or you're going to have to give up very quick. And that's why I go back what I was saying before. You get excited at the beginning in the honeymoon, and when you don't have that resources and you don't have, you haven't equipped yourself to build the resilience and the strength that you need to go through this, then you're going to quit. And that's why I always say, ladies, my darlings, we call each other darlings, there is not such way to quit, no way to quit. We have to keep going. So where the Investors Club come in is like, first, we bring the Mentors Club. The Mentors Club is like, let's learn. It's about learning, education. But the audience that we are attracting, to be honest, they don't need that much learning because they have degrees, educations, qualifications, coaching, mentoring, all classes. They've been in a journey for a while. We attempt to bring women to this level where they have the learning, but they don't have the confidence. They don't have the awareness of visibility and exposure, building a brand. So for that reason, we don't jump them immediately to the Influencers Club, but we say, hey, if you're in that gap, let's bring you to the Entrepreneurs Club. The Entrepreneurs Club is like, get out of the house and connect with the right people. Put yourself in the right room and prepare yourself to be the right person. The person that when you see the opportunity, you do not miss it. Many times now I know because I'm awake. Before I was sleeping, the opportunities will go like this. And I will say, why I'm not getting anything? Why these people are all so successful and nothing is coming to me? Hello, it's just in front of you, but you're not seeing it. So we have to awake. And in order to have that awakeness, we have to put ourselves into the right room and watch what other people are doing and observe, explore, take yourself into that manifesto journey. It's like, first you have the awakening. Then when you realize you have a desire for something, what do? You search. You want something? What do? Get out and search for it. So this is where women start searching. They come to Love Workshop. They go to Vision Board Workshop. They go to a networking event. They go to a summit. And it's not going to come first time, but at some point they will have a breakthrough. I said, ooh, now I get it. It's a numbers game. Then when they are ready, they move to the Influencers Club. The Influencers Club get them ready for branding, promotion, visibility, exposure. We put them on stage and say, oh, no, I'm not a good speaker. I said, how do you know that? Have you done it before? Never in my life. Then let's try. Maybe you are. So we just put them in front of the microphone. It's a hub where you can't learn public speaking by reading a book or doing a course. You have to jump on stage. But jumping on stage, it has to be in a safe environment where you don't feel judged, you don't feel criticized, you don't feel like, oh my God, what these people are going to think about me. You get the encouragement, you get the uplifting, you get to feel elevated and good enough. And oh my God, I'm so great. Let's do it again. And this is exactly what happens into the Influencers Club. Then we put them into the magazine, and then we put them into different podcasting, and then we create matching that you can do an event together, or you can run a webinar, or you can write a book, or you can do your own podcast. And then when they are seeing that growth, they said, now let's put a deck, let's put a pitch deck. You are looking for funding, you want to scale, you want to franchise, you want to go global. You're ready, maybe you have a product, it can be, I don't know, skin care or healthcare or fashion or beauty or jewelry or whatever, or services or digital marketing. Let's pack it together, come to the Investors Club. Because in the last 2 years, I've been surrounding myself, like it's not by accident. When you start attracting it, I have an amazing network of people who are incredible, running their family business or family office, or investors, angel capitalists. They're looking to invest in different startups and female founders, and they are hungry for that. So I am just building the bridge between the investors circle, which I have been building organically in the last 2-3 years, and already have my amazing network of women who are looking to scale and grow their business. We put them together, and that's is serving so good my purpose.
This is amazing. Thank you. This is like, for me, an eye-opener in how somebody starts from the beginning, and you support them and you help them. You give them guidance on how to get to the top, really, in order to grow their businesses. And I think that's also a great service that you're doing alongside your amazing brand. Mirela, you and I have done, with Avnish and with Ian, we did the workshop on relationships recently in April. And it was really enlightening to see how people really struggle in their relationships. And, we talked, I think Avnish probably spoke about this at the Global Women's Summit, about the wheel of life and how important that is in all aspects of our life, and how do we make that wheel really complete, and how do we ensure that we have lots of plates to spin, but equally we also have to be aware of all the areas of our lives that need fulfilling or need to be fueled, so that we can really maximize our time on earth that we have here. What would you say about the wheel of life and how that's helped you in your way of living?
Well, you said it so well, to maximize the time in this planet, in this world. And this is what I meant when I say, hey, wake up, because it's so important that we use ourselves for something good. We use ourselves. And it's not just about using. We have to invest back. We have come here for a reason. We can't just sit there and waiting for something to happen. So it's the whole wheel of life. It's a process that you have to go through, and you have to invest in every single step. Are you doing progress? As I always say, you don't need to be perfect. It's not about perfection. It's about progress. Are you feeling better than you were last year? Are you feeling better than you were last month? Do you wake up in the morning feeling like, what do I do something more that I can feel that I'm moving towards something better, to become a better person, to invest also around your people, to make them feel better with you. So definitely this is something now that it's all about the questions. And I find myself many times, am I maximizing myself here? I was talking with a friend of mine from New York last week, and somehow I felt like, because I was tired, I said, I'm so tired after this summit. I feel like I'm exhausted. Somehow you have to be careful how you put the words together. I mean, honestly, somehow we also have programmed our minds to just say something for the sake of process. But then I realized, no, I'm not tired. I'm excited to get the next one, because she said something, no, you're not. And I said, what do you mean? You're not. You're not going to have a rest, because I said, I need a break. No, you're not having a break. And I said, oh, I like that. Usually I am the person, I say that all the time. I said, what do you mean? He said, if you want to have a break, go home. And then based on the conversation we had before, I knew what she meant, go home. If you want to have a break, you're done. Go back. You're done in this planet. Yeah. So you can't have a break. You have to keep going. As Einstein used to say, the balance in life is like a bicycle. you have to keep riding to save that balance. You can't just say, I'm stopping it and waiting in the bicycle for having a rest. You have to keep going.
I love that.
Yeah. So I love that. And this is how I see the wheel of life, where I'm all the time just every time I go through that wheel of life, I'm checking, am I doing better? This time is better. Is it doing better? Is it doing better? And you do not stop until you realize that you have brought some contribution and significance, because at the end of the day, we are not here just to survive. And yes, of course, success is a big thing. Everybody's not chasing, but somehow learning how to attract it, because success is not something you chase. You have to attract for who you are. But at the end of the day, is that significance that we add as an ingredient in our life. And this is what I am for. This is what I aspire every day.
And this is what I see in you, Mirela. I see you, how you lead an enriched life, and it hasn't come by accident. You've designed it, you've created it. And, you know, when I chat with you, I always see this huge amount of positivity, vibrancy. You keep going. You have the passion to bring more and more people close to you. And you attract that naturally, very naturally. And I think that's a real gift that you have, and the energy that you know, in order to attract people, you need to, in a way, ensure that you're rejuvenated in that. So what do you do in your spare time that helps you to just lift you, to help you to rest even, to help you to step back, to have that time to reflect? What kind of activities do you do?
Well, you're right. Absolutely. I agree with everything you just shared, because it has to be, you have to create these moments of life for reflections and recharging and re-energizing. And I am blessed that I have been able to attract amazing people in my life, like you, Avnish, amazing friends. But hey, I am not perfect. I'm telling you, I also attract really difficult, complicated people all the time.
Okay.
And I say thank you, because if I attract only easy, loving people, how am I going to grow? Every challenge that I go through said, what is this trying to teach me? Every difficult person that comes in my life, it really helps me to learn more how to manage my emotions. Oh my God, one thing that I am focusing a lot right now is, how do I learn to manage my emotions? How do I tap into my emotional intelligence? Because coming from my Albanian temper culture, I just go straight forward. I just get upset for things. But that doesn't help, because once it's like you create some scars when you, and I know I have done these mistakes many times, where I just go upset people because I just express my frustration. And then I would say, yeah, but it's not my fault. They did this for me. And of course I'm going to react like that. Yes, maybe you're right. Okay. But once you create these scars, even after, when you feel like it's over, the scars is going to be there unless you heal these scars. How do you heal these scars? It's like Tony Robbins says, I'm sorry, I love you, please forgive me. No, doesn't matter whose fault is it. You just have to accept it.
Yes.
And now, do I do this all the time? No. But when I feel that I'm stretching it and something is not kind of flowing, and when the problem is not getting solved, even though I feel frustrated, why it's so difficult, then I come back to myself and said, it's not being solved because I have to do my work. And it's all about how you do your work. Now, I am really lucky because I studied psychology, and I've done lots of internal work after that. I went to long, big meditation journey. I'm the very first person who I brought meditation in Albania. And I invested 6 months with my friend. He sponsored it, but I did the whole project. 6 months, we provided meditation for Albanian people for free from 9 o'clock in the morning to the evening. Would open the center for the very first time. People never heard about it. So now when I hear people talk about meditation, I feel like, oh my God, I'm Asian. And I don't see it like a big deal, because it lives with me. I can meditate even now. Speaking, I can transcend myself into a meditation stage. Any moment I call it. Now, the problem is, how many often do you call it? So most of the time, we call it when we are in trouble.
Yes.
But we have to make it as a habit to live with it.
Exactly, yeah.
There are a few other things which I have managed to turn it into automatic, into a default automate pilot. How do you call it in English? Where it's already living with me, which is a process of thoughts. I have absolutely done some biohacking with my thoughts, that there is no room, no gap for more than 50 seconds for something negative to be nailed into my mind. It's like I have kind of an army. Like if a negative thought is trying to have a residence in my mind, no way, it's kicked out immediately, out, out, out. Because if you let them stay for a while, it's going to be it's going to be really hard to kick it out. So most important thing is like, yes, we surround ourselves with negativity sometimes, with all kind of bad news, lots of really sometimes bad stuff hanging around in the air, and you try to clean it up. You can't clean it up. What you can control is only this.
Yes.
You just clean up your internal world and wait. So it's I can talk forever about it. But
No, thank you for sharing that. It's almost like emotional hacking. And I know recently I've been doing almost similar things with Master Co. What I learned at Tony Robbins, as you know, Avnish and I are platinum partners now, and the amount of investments, the finance stuff I'm learning, life mastery, wealth mastery, and I'm just growing with it. So when I came to the summit, it reinforced everything I'd also been learning over the journey this year with the Platinum Partnership work with Tony Robbins. And now thank you very much for that, Mirela. So if people want to find out more about what you're up to, how do they keep in touch with you? And I just want to share the Global Woman magazine, if I
thank you.
reach over and grab this. This is your latest magazine. How do people get a hold of a copy? Is that right, Mirela? Or something that people can get hold of in order to be part of? Yeah. How do we keep up with your journey?
So magazine is my passion. I've been working with media all my life. I started my career as a teacher, and then immediately after I became a journalist. And since then, I just love it. Whatever I do, I bring the media passion into everything that I do. And the magazine is available for all the members. All the members who become part of the Global Woman Club, they get a magazine. Also, the influencer members, also we interview them, we put them in the red carpet. Some of them, they become columnists to share their expertise. So Global Woman magazine, it's where it started everything. We have also Global Men magazine, and recently we launched Global Men Club. And I'm very excited that my partner Ian has stepped into it and has brought so much value. I must say, many times I feel a little bit jealous what is happening in the men's room, because when they come in, they don't know what to expect. And when they come out, they are completely in a different level. They say, oh, I feel them, like I can feel the change. The before and after, and they come, oh my God, that was great, that was amazing, and they come and give me a great feedback. And I ask Ian, say, well, what do you do with these guys? They look really good and transformed and very happy. I said, no, you don't. You are not allowed in. You are not allowed to come in. So I'm very happy about this collaboration that we have created together, where we have the Global Women Club, and then of course the Global Men Club, and during the break, they come together, the women and the men, to network, to do business, and to balance that feminine and masculine energy to make sure that we are together. We're not creating walls. We're not creating separations. And of course, after the love workshop that we did together, it was even more meaningful for us to bring ourselves to a new level of awareness. And of course, yes, are there challenges? Lots. But it's not about how difficult it is. It's about how skilled you are, how able you are to build your resilience, your strength, and your skills every single day to deal with these challenges, to deal with these difficulties, and to provide this experience to a wider audience, to people who want to tap into it, who want to learn from it. Like I've shared many times, I learned so much from you and Avnish. I remember when I was single, you were like my role models.
Oh,
and
thank you.
and I always was looking up to you and said, one day you give me hope that I can find my soulmate.
And you did.
And I did.
Ian.
And I'm so grateful for that. And the reason I'm saying is you never know how people are looking into you, into your journey, into your inspiration, and how much responsible we should feel for what we do, the activities, the language we use, the social media presence, the engagement that we create. Everything that we bring into the world has an impact, has an effect. Everything is a cause and effect. And we can't just take it for granted. And we have to feel responsible for our actions, for our behaviors, for our presence. And I'm sure, especially by bringing together Global Women and Global Men Club, I know it creates effects because we are human beings and social beings, and we are all the time influenced and impacted by each other. So,
Awesome.
yeah, I'm aware of that.
That's really great, and I wish you all the best, both you and Ian, with Global Woman and Global Man, and may it continue to do so well and attract more and more people to come and join the club. It's awesome. Thank you very much, Mirela, for coming along today and sharing your wisdom, and really being open about your own journey with Global Women, and also the new, as you step into lots of new and exciting areas of your life. And yeah, thank you for joining me.
Thank you, Anita. Thank you for everything you do and for the amazing podcast, because I remember when you started, and that shows consistency and shows determination and how passionate you are to share voices and inspirational stories of people. And thank you for having me.
Thank you.